What's up guys, welcome back to another video where we show you the best Chinese products for your everyday living. Today we're going to talk about where to buy the best iPhone clones. Talking about iPhone clones, we're going to talk about what functionalities work and what functionality does not work. Are they really worth it? If they're reliable, should you really get them? And we're going to talk about the best sellers for the iPhone clones. Talking of clones guys, there are clones for every single iPhone model out there, from iPhone 6s all the way to iPhone 12. But guys, clones keep updating themselves as well, because when you have a new iPhone come out, they are constantly upgrading their hardware and their software to make it look as good or as similar to the Apple iPhone as possible. So we're going to go through a few different clones available here, and we're going to go and talk about what works in a clone, what doesn't work in a clone, is it worth it, and finally I'm going to show you where you can go and get it, because it is really hard to get a clone guys, and I'm going to show you how to find them. Let's go. One of the most popular clones is the iPhone 12 clone, which is also called the GooPhone 12. Named after the company that makes the clones is out guys. Now this one has a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. It does have a 13 megapixel camera in the front, which mimics a fake unlock feature for the Face ID. However guys, in the backside you have about 4 cameras set up, the quad camera setup, which only one of those cameras actually work. Moving on to the next clone guys, we have the iPhone 11 clone, also by GooPhone, and the iPhone 11 clone has been updated from the initial iPhone 11 clones. This one looks more visually appealing to the iPhone 11, and this has a lot more features than the initial clone. Now it does have all these functionalities just like an iPhone 11. I'm talking about a back touch, a control center with 3D touch, True Tone, Face ID as well, and Face ID actually works. The only things that do not work on this particular clone compared to the original, you don't have live wallpaper, emergency SOS, and also gesture control. Apart from these 3 things guys, you have every functionality working. Even control center with 3D touch, it works but not all the time. So this is the iPhone 11 clone by the GooPhone. Now moving on to iPhone XR. Looking at the final clone for this particular video guys, iPhone XR has been very popular in the sales back when it was launched as a budget phone, and the clone looks uncanny. It looks very similar to the original. It does have most of the functionalities, and obviously guys, all these clones do not run iOS because that is specific for Apple products. All these phones run Android, which has a lot of applications that makes it look like an iPhone and works like an iPhone by visual changes. Though in the core it does run Android and updates like Android and works just like Android, this is how the clones actually work. So guys, now that we've seen some of the most popular clones over here, I'd like to go ahead and mention one of the best clone manufacturers are the GooPhones. All the examples I've shared earlier are from the GooPhones manufacturers guys. And where would you go and find these GooPhones, or where would you find the best iPhone clones? To answer that, the best place to go and get these iPhone clones, especially the GooPhones, is from DHgate. So here we are guys, we are at DHgate.com. So if you go ahead and type down GooPhone, like we've actually looked into, you would notice that you do not see any clones, any GooPhones, any of the iPhone clones mentioned over here. All you can see is some random earphones and some watches, etc. But if you go ahead and type down clones directly, say we just type down iPhone 12 clone and hit enter, you guys can see it says that your search for iPhone 12 clone did not match any products. Likewise, you type down iPhone 11 clone. No matter what clones you go ahead and type guys, it is completely banned from most of these websites, so you cannot go ahead and find a clone pretty easy. However, if you still want to go and find a clone, the best way to go and do this guys is follow these steps. Just type down smartphone instead, and once you type down smartphone, you'll be able to start already seeing that some of these are already clones. If you look over here, for example, i12 Pro Max is a 12 Pro Max clone. So the best thing I would suggest you to do guys, go ahead and click on best selling to see what is mostly sold. You click on best selling over here, and there you go. Most of these are actually the iPhone clones. If you look over here, these are iPhone clones as well. You have the 11 Pro mini smartphone, that's also a clone. So guys, running through searches like that, this is how you end up with these kind of phones, which is completely clones of the iPhone right over here. Now the prices vary based on how many pieces you want to take. Likewise, you also have the 12 Pro Max clone over here, and you have another 12 Pro clone right over here, which does not include the name 12 Pro at all, but however, that is a clone guys. So this is how you go ahead and find it. If you scroll down over here guys, customers who bought this item also bought, and you can see a few more clones over here that you can actually navigate to and find more clones. So this is how you find products on DHgate.com. And guys, finally, as conclusion, we're going to look into all the features that actually work on a fake iPhone and all the features that does not work on a fake iPhone, and if we think they're actually worth it. So talking about the features, guys, on a fake iPhone, obviously a fake iPhone does not run the iOS like an iPhone, but they do run an Android version which mimics an iPhone visually. So a lot of functionalities, though it does look like it might be working, does not actually work. Even for example, the backside camera, though they have 4 different cameras or 3 different cameras or 2 different cameras just to match like the iPhone, most of them do not work. There's only one camera there, and the quality of the camera is not gonna be at par of an iPhone. Moving on to different functionalities that you have in the software level, like moving up the control center or using 3D touch, and moving on to the smoothness and the way it works, it's not gonna be as fluid and as similar as an iPhone. Now, features that work well on a fake iPhone, of course, you can make your calls, you can send your messages, all of that stuff is gonna be working perfectly fine. There is no issues over there. And as I mentioned, guys, clones are updated and they keep releasing newer, better clones to mimic the iPhone operations as closely as possible. For example, the new iPhone 11 clones now also supports 3D touch, which was not part of the initial clone launch. So likewise, every new updated clone does have some functionality that makes it better in a way or two. Finally, are they worth it? Now, you can get a proper iPhone looking clone for around $160, whereas the originals are like $600 to $1,000. Now at this price, guys, you might have a phone that looks like an iPhone but will not work like an iPhone. It is gonna work like a regular phone, it's just gonna be looking like an iPhone, and I think it's worth it to have a phone that looks like an iPhone, though it does have the basic functionalities of a phone. However, there are other opportunities. If at all you really want the iPhone, guys, you can always go for a used iPhone or a refurbished iPhones of the previous generation when the price drops when a new phone is launched. This is another option you can go look into, and that's about it for this particular video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go ahead and drop a comment, let us know if you would like to go ahead and try a clone, if you're already using one, or if you're interested to go ahead and buy one. Well, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, guys, and turn on the notification for more Chinese product videos for your everyday living. Alright guys, you have a great day, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.